All right, everybody ready? Got everything you need? First of all, I hated to keep you waiting, but it was far more important for me to get out there at the end of the game and show our appreciation to the fans that showed up today. Had a chance to our team to spend some time out there on both sidelines greeting our fans and signing autographs, and that was great. Just to listen to these passionate fans that we have, and so that's why I'm a little bit late in here, and that's okay. But I want to thank you all again for what you do, coming out and covering the Razorbacks on a beautiful day, an absolute gorgeous day to play football. And man, I do. I appreciate it. I wish it was snowing harder or raining harder, or that's what it's all about. And seeing how our guys respond in those situations. Now, nobody in that locker room talked about what the weather was like, and before the game. So that's what it was about. Coming out. Let's see what we can do. Let's iron sharpen an iron. Let's go against goods on goods and just see what we can do in front of the best fans in college football. And so that's exciting. And I appreciate all that showed up today. And your energy and your passion was felt, and it was definitely seen. So thank you all. It's always Arkansas versus Arkansas. It always has been and always will be with me. I feel like the only team in the country that can beat us is ourselves, and we've got to play. We got to play exceptionally well. We got to continue to keep pushing each other and getting better. And I've said it from the get-go. When you know where you can align, and you know your alignment and your assignment and your technique, and you can be in the right spot, then it's scholarship on scholarship. And that's what this thing's about. So we had a lot of things going on today. Razorbacks past, present, and future. It was great to see some of the Razorbacks of the past out here today on the sidelines. I had a chance to greet so many of you. And if I didn't, I'm sorry. I'll find you. But I appreciate you showing up today on this beautiful day to play football. Obviously, our guys out there, we stayed healthy. That's always a big plus. Had some bumps and bruises out of it, but for the most part, when you can line them all up at the end and count them and they're all still walking, you've had a successful day. So that's exactly what it was. But I saw some really good effort and energy today. I saw some really good things, saw some bad things. But that's part of it. And if this was our 10th spring ball together, I'd be saying the same thing. We always have to improve. We're always looking to improve. But some areas look better than others, and that's okay. We'll take this video. Coaches will be watching it in the bus on the way back, and we'll get them in there Monday and do some corrections and have another physical practice on Monday before we close this thing out on Wednesday. So I know we had several recruits here today, and that's always great. And we shared with them about the energy level that they would see in that stadium. They'd see the way that this football team plays and how hard they play. And so I know they saw that today, and so I'm excited about those that were here. We had some of our Razor Fast 18 class was here today, and get a chance to see some of the future guys that are already signed with us. Again, football is a one-play game. It's always about playing one play at a time. And it doesn't matter what just happened. It's about, can you respond and how do you respond? And that's 100% under your control. So several different things. We had some areas out there that when things would break down, I saw some poor body language. We don't need that. We got to keep building. We got to build hey, it's so what? It's about the next play. We can't let one play affect 3 plays. It's got to be able to turn it over and get to that next play. So those are things we'll continue to work on. That was our motto going into spring ball. Our quarter 2 phase was one play warriors and understand how to play one play at a time. And we saw some of that today. I did, but we got to continue to improve on that. Offensively, I thought our tempo was good. It wasn't great. It needs to be better. But we felt that way. Again, those are just things that you put them out, you get the coaches off the field, and you see how they respond. Thought we started slower and from a tempo standpoint, but then we picked it up. And again, just trying to get the communication from play callers to the signalers to everybody onto the field and get it translated, and in a game-like environment. So, but we did pick up our tempo. Progress is the goal. It's continue to gain progress every day from an offensive standpoint. Again, I thought we saw some things out there, saw some players, some guys making some plays, and which was really good to see. I thought Petway made some plays today. It was really good to see. I thought Cam Curl made a few really good breaks on the ball. Our corners made some good breaks on the ball. Brian Pulley, and Chevin Callaway did some really good things as well, watching those guys. But our tight ends, obviously, unfortunate CJ went down early. I wish he could have stayed out there and see what he could have done. But I'm sorry, Jeremy Patton. And then CJ went out after that. But for our offense to operate at a very fast-paced, high-tempo, the way that we want, we've got to have guys that can create mismatches, and that position right there has got to be the main one. I thought Grayson did a really good job. We're moving Grayson around a little bit offensively because he's a versatile guy, can play some receiver, but also play that tight end position. I thought, again, our quarterbacks, everybody's going to want to talk about the quarterbacks, and I thought, again, kind of what we've seen all during spring. We saw some good, saw some bad, saw some plays that should have been made. I saw some really good throws, but, we just asked these guys, man, just be present. Don't be perfect. You can't be perfect. Just be present, and that means play one play at a time. Be where your feet are. Be in the moment. And what we find is, and this is natural, is you find guys, especially that are competing so hard, that they want to do it all. They want to make every check. They want to get to they want to be perfect every play, and it just can't happen. So the way we talk to our guys about just operate within the system. The system has answers. Understand what your answers are and get to it. And but don't try to have to reinvent the wheel. And we saw that. I saw Cole do that a few times today and get frustrated. But then he made some really good plays to complement that. So those are things we'll have to keep on. I think we ran around 109 plays today, which is good. We'll keep pushing forward. Everybody got to play, which was the point today. I wanted to be able to get some good evaluations on film. Defensively, we had a defensive touchdown call back. Again, they played aggressive. We were very base. I think we had two fronts, two coverages. That was by design going in, but they had a defensive touchdown call back, or they win. And regardless, the Razorbacks won. Now that's the whole thing. We walked off the field healthy. We won, and that's a big deal for us. I thought Randy Ramsey continued to just show what he's done all spring long. It's a natural fit right there in that 4-down position, that rush end off the edge. He's going to continue to only get better. I think he has a chance to be really special. Our entire defensive line brought some pressure. I did see that, and again, especially we were trying to run the ball, and they did some really good things right there. Special teams, we got to improve. We can't open the game kicking the ball out of bounds. That's unacceptable. That can't happen. And so we'll get all that cleared up. We missed a field goal, which we could have had that back. Those are things that got to happen, especially in a one-step pressure game. But, moving forward, my message with our football team is going to be just one play at a time as we transition into the third quarter, and just be where your feet are. Man, Hammer Down is a culture. It's a lifestyle for us, and it's one day at a time. And so we do appreciate it, and I'm excited about the future of this program. And we got a long way to go, but we've come a long way too. So with that, I'll open up for questions. Yeah, we were going to obviously rotate all the backs in, and did it surprise me what I saw today? No, because that's what I've seen all spring long. He's had a really good spring, and very physical back. He's kind of getting in a groove. He feels comfortable. The run boxes are become cleaner. I think I've talked about that. He did some really good things there. But I did. That's what I've seen all spring long with him. So, yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Got through the touchdown. Mm-hmm. Can you just talk about what he's done in the spring, and what did he get picked up or something?
Yeah, I think he went down. He landed on his elbow or something like that, and so we just decided to keep him out in the second half. Again, a big target. For us to play fast and for us to be effective and be the most explosive offense in the country, that tight end position, what we call our three-back position, has got to be a versatile guy. He's got to be able to stretch the field vertical. We want to push the ball down the field. And then yet we still want to be able to give the illusion that we're going to push the ball down the field and run the football with them. And so, he's had a really good spring. So we'll continue to get those guys. Jeremy Patton's another one that was out a little bit in the middle of spring, came back. I just wish he could have played more today.
What did I do to, be one of the most consistent offensive guys got recognized? What did you think of him today? And should we read anything into him taking the first snap?
Well, I think I made that comment that Ty was going to take that first snap. He has most of spring. Got a great competition going on there. I've been pleased with the progress that Ty's made. I thought Ty really started spring really real strong. Felt comfortable in the system, understood what was going on, and just tried to operate within it. And then obviously we know Cole has really come on for the last 6 practices. I thought he did some good things today. So we got a really good competition going there. They complement each other real well. I know both of them wish they could have let me, not blow the whistle so they could run it more and all that. But, there'll be time for that. But, we've got a good competition going on right now. And, again, it's about a comfort. It's about operating within our system. And don't try to do too much. And that's just something we as coaches have got to continue to just reining these guys back in on.
Talk about the offensive line. How do you think they play?
Yeah, a lot of guys rotating around. I said I thought we had, we got 10 guys on scholarship, so we're moving guys around. I know we had, I know Shane was inside, then he went outside, and we've just rotated some guys around. Obviously, I thought we ran the ball early, much better than late. Especially late in that second half. I wish we could have had a few of those back. There was some 4th down choices I chose to go for it, and I wanted to kind of put those guys in those situations, see how they responded. Pass protection, again, rotating guys around. It's an area we got to keep getting better at. But, the quarterback's got to help him out, too, a little bit. He's got to set that rush point and be able to step up in there. And, we can't have a guy come over the top of us without setting that rush point and stepping up and at least giving us ourselves a chance. So, those, again, it's a new system. They're learning it. We got to keep getting better. We'll get 3 other guys coming in here, which will give us some more depth. But, yes, sir.
Demario Bell got around.
Mhm.
Are you okay with guys swatting the ball from the quarterback?
Yeah, no, not really. No. What we say is just stay away from them. If any type of bull rush inside, we want them to stay low. And but no, Jamario needs to run by the guy. Don't reach out and touch it. We don't want to take a chance on that. So no. Well, it depends on what day. I mean, some days are better than others for both sides. I think anybody that's been a part of something like this, when you start a program and you start changing everything, I don't want to say easy because that's not the word to say. You probably are a little bit more advanced by just lining guys up and saying go than understanding the entire scheme and how the protections are read. So, yeah, I would say probably so, a little bit. But, some days are a lot different than others. I mean, a few practices ago, offense was well ahead of the defense. And, but it just kind of depends.
How do you think the 2 days here went, a trial run with staying in a hotel, getting up this morning to meetings and everything?
Yeah, I thought it was a huge advantage for us moving into the fall. I shared that with our team last night at our team meeting. I mean, of all the coaching changes in the country that have happened this past year, we're ahead of everybody because our guys, we shouldn't have to go in August 31st and explain exactly what we need and how we act and how we do things inside our team hotel. When it gets to this point in time of the night, this is where we're at. This is our meeting. This is our mental focus time. So we had a chance to do all that, kind of to go through a dry run, a dress rehearsal, and I loved it. I really did. I thought it was really good. This morning, pregame breakfast, how we do things, when we're allowing them, what level of talk that we want them at, communication. So that was good. I enjoyed it, and I thought the hospitality was incredible. Yes, sir. Yeah, an older guy that played college or high school or professional baseball, played with the Indians, and came back and walking on, and so understands. You got an experienced guy there. He's been a pleasant surprise as a walk on. Because I've obviously never seen him, so I didn't know what to expect. But I said, look, when he first approached me about walking on, I said, yeah, absolutely, it may be just special teams, and he said, Coach, I'll go offense or defense, it doesn't matter. And I said, well, we want you on the defensive side of the football. And he's really stood out this spring. He's had a really good spring. And so he's going to help this football team. He was, yeah. He was, I guess it was in Thursday's practice, and just rolled his ankle, tweaked his ankle, and so he did not play today.
I know you said you wanted more rain or more snow, but you think that's kept the crowd down. What were your overall take on the attendance?
Well, I was so excited when I walked out here today and saw that, it was sleeting when I walked out at first. And when I got down to the tunnel, there was a bunch of little kids out there wanting me to sign autographs and take pictures with them. And I just thought, wow, these kids are so excited about being out here and be a part of this Razorback football program and this university. And then to walk out and see we're an hour and something before game time, and there's people sitting in the stands. And, it just shows you the passion level. And sure, if it was 72 and partly cloudy, there might have had a lot more people out here. But you know what? Here's what I say. When it's 72 and partly cloudy, everybody's an All-American, That's what I tell our football team. But when it's snowing outside right out here, how are we going to respond as a football team? And so I was so pleased when you got when you were able to get out there and look and see our fans, and just excited just to come out and to just see it and see this program advancing and moving forward. So those that came out, thank you. We appreciate you, and the hospitality was incredible.
No heaters or jackets on the sideline, was that?
No, we weren't going to have no heaters. We didn't need no heaters today. No heaters.
Coach, talk about the play of Mario Bell. It shows 7 total tackles with 2 sacks.
Yeah, Jamario's another one. I think I mentioned him in one of my press conferences early in spring of kind of showing up. And my challenge to him was he's got to be more consistent. And because there's some days it's 72 and partly cloudy and he's an All-American, and there's other days where'd he at? Did he come out here today? And so that's the challenge, and not just him, but there's several of guys that way. So we got to be consistently consistent in a lot of areas, and it was great to see him. He has shown that through the course of spring, and an older player that, from my understanding, it's time. It's time for him to really provide depth and a strength to this defense.
What if that way did that have a big play?
Yeah, I'm going to go ask him that. I'm trying to figure that out too. He definitely shined today, and he's another guy a lot like Jamario. I mean, he's been good at times and inconsistent at times, and so today he chose that it was time to be consistent. So he's big, he's physical, he runs well, he's got good ball skills. It's time. It's time for him to be a guy. I think I said it in my pregame talk was I want to find guys that can make plays in a game situation. Who's that going to be at that wide receiver position? Because each day at practice has been somebody different, and we need to have some consistency in that. And I was glad to see these guys coming out here making some plays.
He made that catch between 2 guys.
Yeah.
On the sideline, got a pretty good catch,
Yep.
held the ball.
Yeah.
Kind of raised his hands.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think of that play?
That's why he's got a scholarship. You got to make those plays now. That's it. I mean, I'm glad he made the play, but that's what he's got a scholarship to come out here and make these plays. And I thought the ball was placed perfect right between the 2 safeties. They were in a cover two look, and that safety was coming over the top. And when you feel that, it takes a really good football player to hang in there and hold on to it. You're gonna get hit one way or the other. You might as well catch it. So.
When Dalton's in there running around a little bit, that's a different dimension from the offensive message. You would like to see it as a quarterback in the future?
Well, I just want the ball in the end zone. I don't care how it gets in there, and Dalton provides that the run threat probably more than any of them. Jack Lindsey did a good job running the football today. I think he was wanting to know how come he didn't score down there, but I said, well, when the quarterbacks break the pocket, I'm going to blow a quick whistle. But Dalton provides that. Dalton is very athletic. He does a good job keeping his eyes down the field. Again, much like these other guys, the consistency in understanding the entire offense is got to be pushed and got to be really taken on a big responsibility for Dalton moving into this 3rd and 4th quarter. It just can't be when he comes in, all we're going to do is run him. It just can't be that. So. Yeah, we were very generic. Yeah, we were. And a lot of answers out on the edge. You could see that. I think the ball spit out on the edge a few times when there's a run call. But we were very, very simple. I say simple. We were very scaled back by design. But it was good because I wanted to see what they can do. They know what to do there. Now can we play at a fast pace and operate? And so it'll be good to go back and watch this video.
I think this Lopez would be like in a competition with Wintry. None of us really knew who he was.
Yeah, that I don't know. I'm gonna figure all that out a little bit later. But we got to be able to put the ball between the sticks. That's part of it, and they will. And Lempert's had a really good spring, but again, you got a little little weather condition on you, good. That's great. I mean, give us more. Let's kick it between the sticks. That's why you are here. So, and he will. They're doing a good job. So we'll keep pushing them and see how they respond.
Two more. Get some awards.
Uh huh.
I know offensive tackles, two of those are listed most consistent. What have they given you that you want to spring the two tackles?
Yeah, you know, the biggest thing that, for all those guys that got the awards was just the consistency in what we're after. You know, and I've always done that. We've always recognized guys coming out of spring, and just for you know, to being the most consistent player at their position, and those guys have done a good job. They have, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that they've been able to move around and still be able to operate and understand what we want out of them. Again, trying to create depth. And when you're limited on scholarships in that area, the way you create your depth is you've got to cross train. I'm sorry? Yeah, I did. I thought so. I thought they broke well on the ball. I know Cam Curl had a really good break on the ball. You know, I know Micah Smith was disappointed right there that he let up that touchdown. But he was an outside leverage guy. The field safety should have been coming over on that. But again, you know, they did. They made some plays on the ball. I thought, you know, I thought Ryan Pulley, as I mentioned earlier, Chevin Callaway made a couple good breaks on the ball, on some deep ball shots. I don't know how many shots we took today, but, you know, we had some in our hands. We should have made some catches too, but the DBs are right there to contest the ball, so that was good to see. Anyone else?
You know, Philly, he got that, so I guess he thought he had a good pass breakup, but the flag was there and he kind of fell to his knees.
Yeah, no, well, he came off the field. If you looked at that, he came off the field right after that. So, no, that's not the way we do things. Yeah, well, that's not going to be accepted. So, he came off the field. Thank y'all. Appreciate it.